more days, guys, before the transfer window will shut. Lukaku has clinched a move away finally from Chelsea to Naples SC on a permanent basis. But my main question remains: will Chelsea sign Victor Osimhen? Will Chelsea finally manage to sign a decent striker that will make Chelsea even more competitive than what it is now? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Color is Blue Chelsea FC. Always I'm happy to tell you all the latest update of Chelsea Football Club and the latest news. Well, it's been a wonderful week that has seen Chelsea comfortably last week securing a win against Servette in a playoff of the European Conference League. They'll be playing again tomorrow away, but I'm pretty much sure that Chelsea will do well and they'll get through to the next stage of the Conference League. But what impressed me mostly was the way Chelsea completely outclassed 2 days ago Wolves away in the second game of the Premier League with a stunning 6-2 win. Well, guys, before I talk about Osimhen possibility to come to Chelsea, I want to talk a bit about my opinion about the last two matches of Chelsea victory against Servette and Wolves away. Well, first of all, what I like to say is that Noni Madueke as a winger is an essential player for Chelsea, and we shouldn't even consider to try to sell Madueke. There were voices a month ago suggesting that Madueke eventually, if an offer was coming in, a decent offer, would have been sold out. But I believe that Madueke so far is an essential, important player for Chelsea. What really didn't impress me as much was Madrid. Madrid again is very inconsistent. I don't know what's up with the player. We all are around him, try to support him, but there is not any reaction from Madrid or any way to impress us, impress supporters, impress the manager, impress the club. He's got so much potential, but he doesn't really want to push himself as much to really prove how good he is. Things that Madueke instead is doing is actually proving how cynical he is in front of the goal, and that is important. I mean, in a game against Servette, Madueke was substitute. As soon as he stepped in, he managed to score a goal. In a game against Wolves, Madueke was so extremely determined and focused that he managed to score an hat-trick in a gap of 15 minutes. This is because the player is focusing so well, and he's also extremely determined to adapt to Maresca's system. Well, in a post-conference reaction after the match against Wolves, Maresca was well impressed with Noni Madueke. Not only in the way he performed on wings and the way he managed to score the 3 goals, but I was impressed about the way he was actually defending. And this is important for Maresca's style playing and tactics. Well, overall, I have to say I'm very satisfied in the way Chelsea has played recently and very optimistic, and I believe that Maresca's system will eventually get somewhere and will make Chelsea be a winning team again, and this is what we all want. Well, Gungu is also an essential player for Chelsea. I mean, he played most of the minutes against Servette, and he didn't just manage to get a penalty awarded, but he managed to score in a substitute way, the penalty. He's such an important player with such character and such personality. Then when it comes to the defensive part, I am not really impressed about Wesley Fofana. Okay, I know he's still recovering from the injury he had last season, but in a game against Wolves, he wasn't really focused and he was at fault for not really marking the opposition players, the two strikers they scored for Wolves. So I had to say the blame was on Wesley Fofana. When Levy Colwill instead was much more comfortable playing as a centre-back. What about other players' performance? Well, Nicola Jackson as a main striker did well in both the games against Servette, against the Wolves. Especially Wolves when managed to score at a very early stage of the game, 92nd I suppose. And he managed to interact a lot with the players. He was the one to create an assist with the Cole Palmer second goal. Now let's get back to Cole Palmer. Well, Cole Palmer is the main man, he's the top man, he's the quality man. He's the player that Chelsea cannot sell. Again, he scored the second goal in a way that most probably the goal can be a contender for the goal of the season. The way he flicked the ball over the keeper in such a stunning way. But again, it was all merit of Nicola Jackson that managed to spot Cole Palmer unmarked, and he managed to pass the ball in order for Cole Palmer to score that way. Well, getting back to Nicola Jackson, he has been criticized by John Obi Mikel in a way he takes so much time every time he's in front of the goal. We've seen it in a goal he scored against Wolves. It's like he was pondering where to put the ball. Really, a good striker will not think two times. It just, when he's got such a chance and an open gap to put the ball in the net, he'll do it immediately. And Jackson has not liked at all the criticism of John Obi Mikel, and he was really pleased about that. But let's talk about Cole Palmer. Well, Cole Palmer is not just a player that can only score, but he's the player that creates effective assists, important assists. If you see in every single Madueke goal, there was an assist from Cole Palmer. Let's switch now the attention to Victor Osimhen's possibility to come to Chelsea. The problem is also the Naples president, Aurelio De Laurentiis, which is persevering in a way he tried to sell Victor Osimhen to a club that is going to give much more money. And the other problem is that on top of that, Victor Osimhen is demanding a high wage and a very high salary. We're talking about almost £500,000 a week. This is almost like the salary that a player on the level of Messi or Ronaldo are getting here. And it's a bit over the top. But as far as we concern, Victor Osimhen to Chelsea is still a possibility. I mean, Naples considered a last option to sell Victor Osimhen to a Saudi Arabian club, which has been totally dismissed, this news, by his Osimhen agent that considered this as very silly voices, in a very angry way. He reacted to these voices, to this gossip, and he mentioned that Victor Osimhen is not like a pack or a postal pack that you can sell it wherever you like. And he has restated the intention of Victor Osimhen to play in a European club. I mean, the only club out there in Europe so far that is trying to sign this player right now is Chelsea and perhaps Arsenal. So again, Chelsea has got very, very good chances if they meet the price that Naples is asking for the player, which is not in excess of 100 million, is well over 100 million pounds. So there is a great chances that Chelsea may sign indeed Victor Osimhen. In the meantime, Lukaku has left the club. There has been an agreement between Chelsea and Naples on a deal of 30 million plus 50 million add-on, which will make it to about 35 to 37 million, which was initially the amount of money that Chelsea was asking for Romelu Lukaku. So Lukaku is expecting to have medical as early as tomorrow in Naples. He's not any longer and is not anymore a Chelsea player. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, all those new players coming to Chelsea, including this last signing, which is Mike Penders, which is a young goalkeeper from Genk, considered as the new Courtois. Believe me, joking. I mean, all those players. I think this Mike Penders is now the 12th signing from Chelsea this season so far. It means that Chelsea has to offload as many players as possible to reduce the number of players that is in the squad. So far we have 43 to 45 players, which are not acceptable as far as Premier League rules is concerned. So Chelsea has to also shrink the squad in numbers, in terms of numbers, and trying to sell out, loan out, store out, whatever you say, so many players, and in order to make sure that there is only going to be a squad of 25-26 players. And talking about players leaving, guys, Ben Chilwell and Raheem Sterling recently have been the names that have been mentioned that it seems like Chelsea wants to offload. Chelsea has made it clear that both Ben Chilwell and Raheem Sterling are not any longer part of Maresca plan, e so Trevoh Chalobah, e so Armando Broja, e so Kepa Arrizabalaga, and so many other more, not to take into consideration many of the other young players that Chelsea has bought this season and may be on out, including Marc Guglio, and not to talk about Angelo Gabriel and all the rest. Well, this is the situation so far with Chelsea. I mean, so expect a max exodus of players, and in the last 4 days coming. In the meantime, guys, Chelsea tomorrow will be playing Servette in the second round of the European Conference League. I'm pretty much very optimistic about the game. I'm quite sure that Chelsea will manage to get to the next stage of European Conference League. So that is all for me, guys, today, and I wish you the best, and I'll see you next time. Bye, ciao.